Viewer discretion is advised. Kult Divinity Lost is a game intended for adult audiences. It deals with topics that some viewers might find disturbing. Thank you. We were once divine rulers of the material plane, masters of the universe. We were gods. From our eternal city, Metropolis, built upon 7,777 hills, we reigned. Humanity was more than we can now comprehend. But something or someone blinded us. It extinguished our divine fire and imprisoned us. This being called itself the Demiurge. It's unclear whether the Demiurge was an eldritch being, a human who transcended his kind, or, as he claimed, the creator of all things. But what is certain is this. With the aid of the Archons, his divine jailers, extensions of his will, he forged 10 sacred principles to bind us and maintain an illusion. Hierarchy, submission, community, safety, law, allure, victory, honor, avarice, and conformity. Malkuth, the Archon of conformity, channeled these principles into a veil so finely woven it became the illusion we now live in. Elysium. The Demiurge erected a shining citadel at the heart of our lost home, Metropolis, and the 10 Archons built their own around his. From there, he ruled. We did not merely become prisoners. We became worshippers of our jailers. Humanity's divinity dimmed, reduced to faint embers while the Demiurge gorged himself on our forgotten power. The machine ran like perfect clockwork, a flawless design. But, as fate would have it, some of the cogs began to grind. The illusion faltered. The Archon's principles, once balanced, began to tilt. Humanity started to awaken. Some remembered fragments of their former glory. No one knew why it was happening, but the Demiurge began to lose his grip. The doors of his citadel closed. Its windows turned black. The tower eroded. And the Demiurge was no more. Like a fading dream, even the memory of him began to vanish, as if time itself wished to forget. Here in Elysium, the chains that bound us began to loosen. Humanity began to ask questions. Then one day the radiant citadel of the Demiurge vanished entirely, leaving only a vast void in the center of Metropolis. It was then that Malkuth, the architect of our prison, rose against her kin. She sought to destroy the illusion she had once so carefully crafted. Her rebellion ignited a war among the Archons. And as their gaze turned inward, lost in celestial conflict, none saw the tremors rippling through Inferno, the shattered mirror world of Metropolis. Beneath Inferno's black spires and darkened skies, something stirred. Astaroth, rising, patient, and rotting, forging his own path through the ruins left behind by the vanished god. You see, as the Demiurge and his Archons ruled from Metropolis, each with their sacred principle, their opposites also came into being. Whether by design, pact, or cosmic necessity, a counterbalance emerged. From the shadows of Metropolis, Inferno crawled, a twisted reflection with Astaroth at its helm, seated in his citadel that rose from the ground like a black monument. He was not alone. 10 death angels rose in direct opposition to the Archons, each bearing a principle of their own. Power, abuse, exclusion, fear, torment, compulsion, conflict, vengeance, desire, and discord. As long as the Demiurge held dominion over Metropolis, his presence kept both humanity imprisoned and Inferno in check. But when he vanished, Astaroth did not. Allegedly, he set out in search of his twin, roamed the roads of Metropolis, searched the dark corners of Elysium, and even traveled through Limbo and the Underworld. Not having found what he was looking for, he eventually ventured into the abyssal void left behind where the Demiurge's citadel once stood. He returned weakened and injured, dragged himself back to his citadel in Inferno, and has since turned his gaze on Elysium. And so Astaroth draws ever nearer to our reality. His death angels whisper through the cracks in the illusion, luring us from the Archon's grip and into their abyssal maw. But they do not come bearing salvation. They do not seek to reignite our divinity or return us to our rightful thrones in Metropolis. No. Like their counterparts, they fear our awakening. And so they too would feast upon our divine spark, seeking to claim our prison for themselves. If the illusion flickered even for a moment, like this video. And if you're ready to peel back more layers, subscribe. The others are already inside.